Okay, we are up to 93 exits and 85%. As you may recall, I got 100% on basically every level except I think 3. The 1 was tricky and 2 I basically just didn't feel like it in tree houses. And it seems like the only thing left is Deathcliff Castle. That's not nearly enough to account for 15% though. Anyway, this is Arafellan playing Zeux' World, which, come to think of it, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I'm also not sure how to find out whether I'm pronouncing that correctly. Maybe it's supposed to be something like Zeux, or who knows. In any case, Deathcliff Castle has been waiting for a while, so let's go ahead in. If you've played Super Mario World, which probably most people watching this will have, this is going to look familiar. We have a series of doors. You pick a door, you go through, you get another series of doors, and then after that comes the boss. Unlike in Bowser's Castle, there is stuff hidden in the hub, inside the numbers actually, so just bonk these. There's going to be some coins and gems in them. Just make sure to get all of those, and I think that's going to be enough to count for completion. Okay, nothing inside the 3. Yeah, there are 9 coins to get in this level, which I think are just in the hub areas. Yeah, I think I can get there from the right. Yes. Okay, and that's a life. Also, as I recall, yep, there's a coin block hidden here, which gives you a shortcut to let you skip the first 4 doors entirely. This gets you to the second half of the hub, where you have doors 5 through 8. And, of course, the numbers have more coins in them. Like I said, I'm pretty sure all the coins are actually hiding in the hub. Okay, that doesn't work. Jump here? Maybe for the shallower angle. And that doesn't seem to be working. Check the 8. That's 7 of 9 coins, so I guess there has to be one in the 7. Yeah, because there is not another shortcut here. Excuse me. Come on. Yeah, that worked. Yeah, I think the last one has to be inside the 7. It's not high enough. Alright, I'll try that a few more times. There we go. Okay, so that is all the coins. Well, I forget what's in the door, so we'll just try door number 8 because it's the last one. Okay, we have water, we have ghosts. There, when you hit something underwater, you will go up pretty far. It's uncontrollable. Yeah, you can't do a shorter bounce off of something. You can, with a certain trick I've been not mentioning, bounce higher than usual, but you cannot suppress how high you bounce. And that's more exaggerated under the water. Yes, you have gems in the numbered doors, but they do not count towards your completion. They are not tracked on the pause menu. Okay, here's our boss. So if you know about the shortcut there, it's a pretty quick level. Honestly, it's probably a pretty quick level even if not, because the doors are not very long. In any case, I remember the boss being kind of problematic. Even if he does look pretty silly. Yeah, we have a fire-breathing dragon that will sometimes just teleport. Yeah. Which will let him dodge out of the way if you're hit. I think the fire breathing is also at random intervals, which does not help. I think the teleporting is completely random. He moves up and down predictably, but as far as getting in your hits and dodging hits between the teleporting and the fireballs, kind of a pain. Also, you get these at half health anyway. I'm not sure if it's every hit after this or if it's just at certain intervals, but either way. Oh, come on. Yeah, you do a little hop against the one set, then stay on the ground to dodge the second. Or vice versa, depending on which side comes at you first. Yeah, it's every hit after half health. There. I did need to use a few hearts, but still nice to get through that on the first try. And that's just stage clear out of nowhere. There's not even an end goal block or anything. And suddenly there's another path going off to the right. Before I do that, I wanted to explore the other doors. So, right. The boss refetch. I'm going to have to go somewhere else to reset that, so let's just pop into Deathcliff 3. I think that's enough to reset it. Just coming in, going out. Okay, here we go. So behind door number 1, we have thwomps, or the Zeux' world equivalent. Fairly basic room. Unlike in Mario World, you cannot run, so you can't dash beyond them at full speed. This one maybe... No, that didn't work. I wonder if Chaos Runner could, though. Let's try that. No, that does not work. That just gives you less control. Same thing there. And I'm trying to rush that one on the little island, so we have falling into the lava instead of jumping past. So I think what you're supposed to do is kind of bait it and then go when it's going back up. And so our lava walk blocks are coming in handy here again, although not too much. This one I think you could run under because it is far enough up. Yeah, like that. Another one that's blocked off. There. And here we have this gunk that keeps you from jumping. So basically you just kind of go through there. And again at the end we have our gems. This one gives you a heart rather than a mystery potion. I'm not sure if it's certain doors or if it's just the first half doors do that. Anyway. Because of this little shortcut, I can go back and do door number 2. Which I think this is part of why the gems in here don't count towards your completion, because if you do the level the way you're meant to, you'll only do one of each set of doors, whereas if you take the shortcut backwards, you can do all 4 of the first set, and... Okay, so we have some invisible stuff going on in here. Seem to be stuck. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is not the friendliest of doors. Looks like there's a pillar there. Get in the way. Okay, or at least you can see every other line. That one area, I have no idea what was in there. Oh, this one gives you a blue heart. Even better. So I guess the prize is supposed to be roughly proportional to the difficulty of the door. Let's try door number 3. Door number 3, we have moving platforms and lava. So there was the swamp door, there's the curtains door, there's the platforms and lava door. Door number 8 was ghosts in the water. Okay, vines. This kind of has a rainforest feel to it, except for the lava. Okay, this one only gives us a potion. So apparently the developers thought it was relatively easy. Ooh. This does not look like fun. Here we have our things throwing you everywhere. We'll probably get launched into a saw at some point. Yep. Let's give that another shot, see if I can get through there. It looks a little too random for my liking, but we'll see. Yeah. There may be something you can do to cope with that, but I'm not seeing what. It was almost safe there. Yeah. Maybe Chaos Runner. Let's try that. Otherwise, I don't know how you're supposed to cope with those. Yeah, Chaos Runner's speed does not seem to be helping. It is making a difference, but I'm not saying that difference is a good thing. Yeah. Okay, let's give the second half a try then. I'm going to give up on door number 4 because that just looks really hostile for no apparent reason. Yeah, like I said, they're tacked in tightly, there's no real room to maneuver. I don't know what you're supposed to do. Okay, here we have quicksand. No big deal. I think this is the goop that suppresses your jump, but you just bounce on that and... Okay, door 5 was a little longer than I thought, but overall looks pretty easy. What do we have here? Invincibility. Does that hurt things, or... No, it just keeps you from being hurt. Okay, so it's not like a Mario Starman, it's just you don't get hurt. And... Okay, that starts me back here because the boss fight never actually quite began. Anyway, door number 6. Looks like we have one tile jumps in lava with podoboos. Honestly, this isn't looking too bad if you're good at precision jumping. And we already did, I think it was Tree Houses 3 with the little wind platforms and the tiny platforms everywhere. Yeah, that's... Let's see. Okay. There's a gem. There's the blue heart. So I've gotten back the ones I lost on the boss anyway. That one jump was pretty quickie, but other than that, that looked pretty straightforward. And lucky door number 7. Okay, looks like we have platforms that are a mix of ones that are real and ones that are not, and ones that are falling. So the transparent ones are fake, so don't jump on those. Use the bunny hop to go across in case of falling ones, bounce on some of the bees. Overall, that was pretty simple. And a mystery ring. Okay, so that's all the doors, and I got through all of them except number 4, which I still don't know what to do about. So, yeah, that's Deathcliff Castle, except for the end of door number 4. This has been Aerofelon playing Zeux' World, and next time we'll see what's beyond the castle. I hope to see you then.